Hi, thank you so much for joining me again for day 3 of this fabulous school YouTube hop organised by Sarah Scraps. All the details of everybody else joining in will be in the description box down below, so please do go and have a look and check them all out. And today's layout, this is the third and final day for this hop, and today we are focusing on high school. So in the UK, high school is age 11 to 17. 11 to 16. So I'm just documenting a photo of my children standing underneath the palm tree, and then I've got one of my two with Sophie, my best friend Leanne's daughter, who's a couple of years ahead of them at school, so she decided she'd walk with them. And the third one is Amelia, James and Charlie, James's friend from school, who asked if he could walk with him so that he wasn't alone going to school. So I printed these photos out 3x4, and again I'm using Simply the Best from Pinkfresh Studios to document these photos. I decided to use the same collection for all three just for continuity. So first of all, you will have seen I went in with my brayer and iced spruce espresso oxide to create a strip down the right hand side of the page. Then I picked up one of the papers from Pinkfresh Studio, and it's the one with all the circles. You can see it on the left hand side there. I punched out some of the circles previously, they're 2-inch circles, and I decided to use that as a focus on the strip. So I kept those punched out pieces and use that strip of paper, and I think that works really nicely. And I also took a strip of the striped paper and put that there, although you can barely see it once all the photos are down, quite honestly. But isn't that always the way when we're scrapping with the layers? So now I'm just matting each of the photos onto white cardstock just to give that lovely white border that I'm enjoying at the moment on my photos, just to provide a bit of separation and definition to each of them. So here I am with the third one. You can see that I cut one of the little cards out of one of the pattern papers that says "Good Times Ahead, Ready, Set, Go," because I thought, again, that was very appropriate with them moving up to a different school, and this school is on a different site. It's the same road, in fact, but about half a mile down the road from their primary school, which was infants and juniors. So there's that strip that I was talking about with the punched out circles, and then the photos will lay over the top of that. So you can see left-hand photo is Amelia and James, right-hand photo is with Sophie, and then the bottom photo is Amelia, James and Charlie. So I'm really liking how this is all coming together. So I'm going to start gluing things down. Again, I'm just keeping this layout nice and flat. There's no foam tape or anything. It was just the way I was feeling when I was scrapping. No other reason. And that E every day is punched out from that circle paper. I just thought that was nice because they are going to be walking to school every day, so it was the start of a new everyday routine. So just checking there's enough glue to hold everything down, and then I'm pulling out another piece from that stationery pack. I used one on Monday, and this one says "Good Things Ahead," and I thought that worked nicely. I do like that mustard colour, and I'm happy to bring that in a little bit more on this layout. So at the top I decide that I want to add a tab punch to add my date to, so there it is there, and I'm just layering that up with an Ellie Studio stamped label. I tend to create these off camera and then just have a pot of them that are ready to go when I want to use them on my layouts. So just layering that down, that's with Bundled Sage, works really nicely with this collection, and then that tab there, and I shall use my roller date stamp now to add the date, and the date of these photos was 4th of September 2018, so 4 years on from the previous photo that I did yesterday. And you can see how much they've grown, and also how much that tree has grown as well. So just sticking that down, and then I can continue to embellish. And I decide I want to bring a tag into the left hand side here. This again is from that journaling pack. I think I keep calling it a stationery pack, it's a journaling pack. I'm going to use that to add my journaling. So the lines are the wrong way round, but that's fine. I can just add some journaling lines myself. Again, these circles are from the Ellie Studio stamps, the label stamp set. And that's a little suede smiley face that we sell at Hey Little Magpie, as is the Flair badge that says Shine Bright. And I'm going to bring in some tangled thread to put underneath that, just in a variegated green. I just like the texture that that provides to my layout, and it makes it stop looking quite so blocky. So just adding glue underneath the string, and then again underneath the Flair badge, and sticking that down. Just checking that I'm happy with where the tangled thread is going, trying to tame it a little bit. So now using these puffy alphabets that come in the Simply the Best collection, and I'm going to spell out high school. So I start with the L of school and then the H of high so that I can spell those backwards across the page. So there it is now. And then I can work out what else I'm going to add. So this is from the 6x6 paper pad, and I see the little tag that says right here, happy memories right here. And I think that will work really nicely. So that goes to the top of the page, layered up again with that tab and label. And then once I put that one down and I punch the hole, I decide that I'm going to add another one as well. So just using my crocodile there to add the hole, it's the perfect size punch for these smaller tags. And then I find the one that says home. Again, it's hanging off the edge of the page. It's not as tall as that one, so I have to layer it carefully. But that is going to go to the left-hand side of that other one. Again, punching out the hole and then popping that at the top. Now, I realised when I came to do the voiceover that I hadn't actually added any twine into those. So you'll see, if you wait till the very end in the close-ups, that I do add some twine to both of those tags. Just to finish them off, just use the silver grey wax thread. So just gluing those down for now and then seeing what else is on that sheet. And I see a little piece that says enjoy. It's the bottom of a tag, so it's not got a tag hole, but it's still a really nice piece to add to the photos. So I just tuck it in there, just cutting off that extra bit of white. I didn't cut very well the first time. And then I can glue that down. And then I feel that it needs something above that. So I just look through and find this scrap of card. Well, it's a pattern paper, and just cut a strip of that, and that just tucks in really nicely there and just sort of finishes off that line. So layering that in there, and then turning my attention to this large hole on the tag. So I've just threaded through some gingham ribbon, and then I'm using some of the green wax twine to tie that on. Rather than tying a knot or looping it through, I decided it would be nice to just tie it on. So just twisting that round, and then I'll add a knot at the back and then glue it down. So there's that. Just making sure that everything's straight, and then adding a dot of glue at the back just to hold it in place. And now that's done, I'm going to come in with my journaling. And the journaling on this one just says, your first day at Sir Thomas Bottler C of E High School. Charlie came over to walk with you and Sophie said she would too. So now that's done, there's a gap at the top above the journaling. So I just add the roller date stamp there again with some shadowing just to finish it off. And now I'm going to come in with some splatters. So I'm using that chipped sapphire again that I've used on a previous layout to stamp with. Just to add some splatters down the side. Now you'll see at the very end, I do add a little heart, which was die cut from that LE Studio die set that I used yesterday, just to the right of the date on that tag, just to finish it off, and also that thread that I was talking about. So please do check the description box to see everybody else joining in on this hop. I really hope you've enjoyed it. It's been great fun going through the kids' school photos, and we're going into a new era. They're both going to college this September, so you'll see me scrapping those soon, I'm sure. Thanks for joining me. Bye.